Coming up on Coastin' Through Asia, it's our final day at the Tokyo Disney Resort, where we're playing catch-up for some of the rides we missed.
One of my favorite dark rides of all time.
I had no idea what was going to happen, and I was not expecting that.
This was 10 out of 10.
And really explore all the hidden gems of the park.
They hide their show buildings so well that you could easily not know that there are rides in there.
This is literally Tom Sawyer Island, but in a castle.
Mother Nature, though, had other plans.
It is starting to rain kind of a lot.
Oh my God!
They just canceled the whole thing because of weather.
I would say a good evening, but it is most certainly not one.
And it's all coming up next. Good morning, bright and early at Rope Drop of DisneySea. This is our second day here, and we are so excited to experience more amazing rides and attractions.
So we got here, I want to say we were in line squarely at like 8:30.
And the park opens at 9.
And it's now 9:39, and we just got in like 5 minutes ago. So it's a long wait.
All security, that's all what the line is.
Yeah.
Like, it is so crowded back there. The biggest problem is I think they need a fluid metal detector system where you can just keep walking, because they have that at Disney back home and it works so well. And here you have to stop, let one person go, stop, let one person go, and they need something to just keep that line moving because it is really, really bad.
Well, here's the thing. I was saying that one of the reasons I like this resort so much, specifically the Disneyland park, is it feels it's like kind of like a time capsule of like what Disney was like 10, 15 years ago in a very good way, except for that.
All right, so here's what today is going to look like. Right when we walked in, we were eligible to make some return times to skip the line, do priority access for a couple attractions. So what did you get us?
So I got a paid access for Journey to the Center of the Earth. It had availability as soon as 10 minutes from now, but I knew that everyone kind of wanted to do it at night because it's just really cool when you pop out of the volcano at night. And I set it up where we'll do this, and then we can immediately get a spot around the lake for the fireworks show or whatever the lake show is. So we're gonna do that. I got one for Indiana Jones.
And
that one will be later.
That one was free.
That one was free. And then I believe I'm eligible again in like 25-ish minutes to do another paid access.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
And we don't mind doing the paid access ones because this park gets so busy. The lines already are so bad. We have lines that are posted 2 hours.
Yeah.
The park just opened. This place is so popular. So, like, listen, if we want to have a good day, unfortunately, that's just kind of how it's got to be.
I mean, that's sort of the logic that Walt Disney World took, right? That they're
Yep.
like, you know how long some of these lines get, so we're just gonna have individual lightning lanes. So
If you're willing to pay for it, then you can have a better experience.
But even then, I feel like, at least at this park, it's really not that bad. Like for all of us, how much was it for Journey Center of the Earth?
I think it was 2,000 yen a person. So I want to say it's about $14 a person.
I mean, like, again, that-
That's pretty on brand
That's-
with the other parks.
Yeah, it's not that far off.
But I mean, even again, just to do the ride once and experience it, I think, you're here, don't want to wait 2 hours, just go ahead and do it.
I think that's what people's
yeah.
logic is when they go to Walt Disney World,
Yeah.
though.
But
We're just local, so it bothers us.
I think what offsets it is this park is cheaper to get into
Correct.
than the other parks down in Florida and California. I want to say a one-day ticket is like $70-ish, $60.
Yeah, it's
So
Oh, wait,
listen,
really?
yeah, I'll pay a bit more so we can skip some lines.
Well, yeah, versus Disney, you pay already almost $200 to get in, and then you got to pay that on top. So, yeah, it's definitely more okay here.
So we are currently exiting the Forbidden Island to head towards Indiana Jones because that is one of the big attractions that we missed yesterday, and it does have one of the shorter wait times in the park, a modest 80-minute line. But Dan, you said they have a single rider line.
They do. Yesterday it was at capacity, but Raging Spirits wasn't, so I'm hoping that because we're getting there a little earlier that it will be open, but it should be able to be open at some point during the day.
So as I was doing like the premiere access and everything, I was like, let me just look at the standby passes for Fantasy Springs in case we wanted to pop in for something. And we were in the park by, what did I say? It was like 9:35.
Yeah.
Completely gone.
Wow.
Completely gone. You could get the paid premiere access for Rapunzel. I can't remember if I saw Frozen on there.
But so that would give you access to the land, but you'd only be able to do the one ride.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, so not great because you need a standby pass to do any of the others. Yeah, definitely
Wow.
not ideal, and I understand why people who come here and are not prepared for that have not a great time.
Yeah.
Because I would have been absolutely beyond measure devastated if we did not get to do Fantasy Springs, especially having now seen what we would have missed. Devastated. Like, we met some people who were, they were American, right?
Yeah, they're from, I want to say, Ohio.
Yeah, and they came all the way here and couldn't get on any of it because they didn't know. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my God.
Here we are, Indy, and sure enough, it's screwed. Line spilling out onto the queue. But luckily, we asked a guy, and the single rider line is open, which is all the way down here. This is all still the standby line. Huh? All right, we might still have to wait a little bit, but it's gonna be a whole lot less than the standby line. And here we are, and you know what? It looks great, and it feels even better.
What?
Air conditioning is amazing.
Okay, it is, but so is that.
Yeah, this theming is no joke. Wow. We're currently in that big temple that we showed you a second ago.
Okay, so even though the name of the ride is called Temple of the Crystal Skull, this actually has no relation to the movie. You were under the impression for a long time that it did.
Yeah, I thought it was.
But no, I think the ride predated the movie by probably like 5 or 6 years.
That's
a good
crazy.
while. So I don't know if the inspiration for the movie was from the ride, but there's no relation at all. This is a completely original theme, even though it has the same name as the movie.
Weird. Here we are in the station for Indiana Jones. It has been 16 minutes since we entered the line, and we are real close to boarding.
We all just got off Indiana Jones for our first ever time. So, Brian, you've never done the one in California. So what did you
that was
think?
my first Indy.
That's crazy.
Fantastic. That was so good. One of my favorite dark rides of all time. I'll admit, I was in the front. I was pretty terrified because I've seen clips over the years of, like, you know, there's snakes and things that pop out at you. So I'm like, what's going to pop out at me? But, oh my God. The ride system, wonderful. All the little gags. Just the scale of that room at the bridge is just awesome.
I had no idea what was going to happen, and I was not expecting that. It was a lot more aggressive than I expected, but like in a good way. And I loved all of the effects. It was really tough to get it all the first time, so I'm really glad we're going a second time so I can catch more
I was going to
of
say,
it.
15-minute wait, why not go again? So, Tyler, Mr. Indiana Jones, last time, you and Sarah, when you guys did Indy in California,
It was busted.
all the effects were broken. So, I mean, I know how much you really want to ride this. Did it live up to expectations?
Absolutely did. Again, this is the only ride at the resort I actually saw POV of because I couldn't help myself. I wanted to know.
Self-control at an all-time low.
Yeah, it's the only one I let myself go on. But man, that I was saying to Brian, that reveal of the first room with the score from the movie,
So good.
It's just like
Chills.
I get chills every time I ride it, and
Every time. The one time.
with the one in Disneyland too. Again, even though the one in Disneyland the effects were busted, I still loved it. And this one, it was in seemingly perfect condition, and it was even better. I can't wait to do it again.
When we went to the one in California, we didn't have the boulder effect. That did not happen. We didn't have the bugs on the walls. We didn't have the booby trap things. And it felt very weirdly paced. There was a lot of dead zones. And that kind of, as great as the stuff that was there was, it felt like a lot of time it was just like nothing was happening. And I was like, meh, about those parts. This, everything worked, much like everything else in this resort so far. There's been like nothing down, nothing not functioning properly, at least as far as I can tell. and this was 10 out of 10. I will say, I do like the movement of Dinosaur better because it's more like aggressive, but everything else, this is definitely a better ride.
Lap 2 on Indiana Jones. I just love all the effects on that thing. It's so well done. You know, I'm a big fan of the movie, and so like the fact that they like recreate all these iconic scenes, such as all the darts coming at you. I love that they also incorporate some original effects. Like there's a statue that like blows like almost like a smoke ring at you.
That part is awesome.
That doesn't exist at the other Indiana Jones in Disneyland. And of course the boulder scene is incredible, like especially the Imagineering behind it, that the fact that you don't move backwards, the room around you moves to make it seem like you're going backwards, because with that ride system you have to only move forwards, and that is just genius.
Now, like, doing this in its full form, I'm very excited to have something like this at Animal Kingdom, personally, because before I was like, yeah, like, again, it was really good, but, like, I like the story of Dinosaur better, but now that I, like, saw the full shebang, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I do. I think the effects are fantastic. The boulder thing is sick. And I'm gonna out myself right now. I've only ever seen the first Indiana Jones movie, and I already know people are gonna be like, angry. I'm sorry. I will watch more of them. But even as someone who's not a diehard Indiana Jones fan, that is sick.
Yeah. I've always been like pro turn dinosaur into Indiana Jones, and just seeing this again.
Anti-dinosaur.
I like the memes. I like the quotes that I can.
We were on it. I looked over at because me and Bryant were next to each other. I go, left, right.
We're not gonna make it. You made it. I knew you would. No, I like the memes.
It's not hard, I know.
I'm the biggest Indiana Jones fan on the planet,
And
and
also
I
the
don't want
biggest
Dinosaur to go. I really hope, after seeing this now, I really hope the Dinosaur, they can do something good with that show building. I just don't think that the building is going to be big enough because like Indiana Jones has such like elaborate and like tall sets.
Yeah.
I just don't really know if they're going to be able to do something like that in that building, but I am very hopeful because I obviously don't want a ride theme to that to fail.
Look at this. It's our kids coaster. And you know what? I missed out on this ride last time because it was closed for maintenance. So now I'll finally be able to do the second roller coaster here at DisneySea, which honestly, for a kids coaster, doesn't look to have a bad layout. Wait time for flounders, flying fish, or whatever it's called, is about 25 minutes. Not too bad. It gives you great views of the ride, though. We're about to step into some beautiful rock work with the waterfall. Now, this is clever Imagineering. This hole is actually a hole for air conditioning. So this is a fan that is blowing cold air on us. That is fantastic.
Flounder was cute. Didn't expect a custom layout, but that was nice.
Yeah, it's a cute little coaster.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
No,
Perfect for kids. Perfect
short
for
ride,
parents.
but yeah, is what it is. We stepped inside the Mermaid Lagoon area because they have an entire indoor section, home to some like kids, flat rides and everything.
And air conditioning.
And air conditioning. And our
Let's be
constant
honest.
quest to cool down.
It's the real reason we're in here.
Very, very nice. So we're gonna go check out the theming.
Wow, this is impressive. So all this is a seating area for this restaurant. Looks like it is called Sebastian's Calypso Kitchen, and they specialize in pizza and calzones. And here's where the rides are. I see one going right now. Just some run-of-the-mill flats, nothing too crazy, but wow. This theming reminds me of Micro Ocean at SeaWorld Abu
I
Dhabi.
was literally just thinking that this area reminds me of that, like totally, but Disney-fied. It's so cute.
Yeah, yeah.
Confession time, I didn't even go in this land when I was at DisneySea last time. I completely missed it, didn't know it existed. Honestly, it's a little tucked away. Like on the surface, when you walk into like the land and you see Mermaid Lagoon, like it's very, very pretty. And they hide their show buildings so well that you could easily not know that there are rides in there. So we're heading out of this indoor area. I love it. I mean, the vibes are there. I think overall I do prefer Micro Ocean at SeaWorld Abu Dhabi, which makes sense because it's a bit more modern. Like they've learned from other properties that have done similar things.
I would say the one at Micro Ocean is a bit more immersive as well. They have things hanging from the ceiling, and you feel more like in the ocean. It's kind of just there's set pieces in the ride. Still really well done, but I would say I prefer Micro Ocean as well.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I would also say this area is bigger than Micro Ocean, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Disney attendance here is a lot more.
Yeah.
So this is some pretty fantastic merchandise. They have little models of the ride vehicles. So there's Frozen, there's Tangled, they have the Raging Spirits vehicle, there's a monorail, Big Thunder, like all this stuff. Monsters Inc. So we're gonna get Indiana Jones and the Frozen vehicle. And that is just so creative. I'd love to see more parks do something like that. So, Mr. New Englander, does it feel like home?
Honestly, it really does. This is a really good representation of Cape Cod. You got the lighthouse, you got these old, colonial style buildings.
You're like, my home would be around the corner.
Honestly, yeah, I live half hour away from Cape Cod. So
That's awesome.
It's actually surreal being halfway around the world.
So we are eating in the New England area of DisneySea, and we got burgers and fries. Actually pretty similar to what we ate last night in Fantasy Springs,
So-
but it's a little different.
Yeah, so you got pulled pork on them. It's really, really good. I got myself a salad and this little thing. I don't know what it is. It's like an apple crumble.
You have
I
to
just wanna
show
try
it. All I saw was the white.
There it is.
There we go.
And meanwhile, at the same time, I'm trying to book priority passes for Fuji Q in 2 days. So
Excellent.
I am a very busy woman.
We are now eligible to skip the line for Tower of Terror. So we're back here at Hotel Hightower, bypassing a 75-minute wait. Here's our look at Harrison Hightower.
AKA Joe Rohde.
Yeah, sure looks a lot like Joe Rohde.
Yeah, but I think that
We're all gathered around the Tiki statue so we can figure out how it works. We think that that is a mirror. That will explain how it disappears. Literally insane. It's the fact that it looks like it is see-through, like you could reach your arms in between the teeth holding the platform up, but if they're mirrors, then it could fall through. That's just wildly impressive.
Our second time there on Tower of Terror, I think I liked the cycle we got this time more than yesterday's. There were bigger drops.
Something that I did notice, or someone pointed out in the group, is that each loading zone for each shaft is different. So yesterday was kind of like a medieval weapons display. Today it was like different types of carpets and drapes. So I thought that was really cool. And also, if I'm not mistaken, I think our show scenes were different. Were they? They felt different.
so.
No?
I don't think so, no. But like, so we don't have an on-ride POV to show you, but it's so funny because like you have the scene where the room turns into stars, but this time it's like a tiki that does it. But the next scene is the one that gets me every single time. You rise up and it shows a mirror, and everyone here every single time just goes like sees the row of everyone in the mirrors, and it's all just like.
It's literally,
It's
just
so
weird.
funny.
Everyone does that. But then it's a great effect where then everyone vanishes. And so then you just see like an empty ride here. So it's kind of cool. But
Yeah, it's
it's
really
a good moment of putting a smile on your face.
I can't stop laughing at Joe Rody getting a massage from 3 ladies in front of me.
Man, they really put Joe Rody in some interesting positions here. I see. How many different activities did he have to model for these?
I think one of the, I don't want to say complaints because there's really no complaining about this ride, but something I would like to see is maybe just the ride be a little bit longer. Because again, like we're used to the one in Orlando where you have all the like the first lift and then you go out into the fifth dimension and then you go into the actual drop shaft. Now riding other towers, just going back and forth and having just a few drops is like a little, I want more, you know?
Yeah, and we mentioned this in yesterday's video, but there's a lot of long rides here. And this is easily the shortest one. Again, I get it. But
Capacity.
yeah, exactly. It is just, it's a quick
Well, one in
cycle.
Orlando is definitely the longest because you can have more going at the same time because it leaves the shaft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this, like all the other ones, are closer to this length than Orlando.
Yeah, Guardians is the longest that doesn't leave the shaft. This is, I feel like, pretty comparable in length to Paris's, but honestly, even Paris's might be a little longer.
It's a little pumpkin crate with a little ghosty. Look how cute!
That's a crepe? Whoa.
Mike Wazowski melon cake.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I didn't even know that the volcano erupted.
Did that?
I didn't know because last time I was here, that was all under scaffolding. So like any effects with it were definitely not working. And so like we're walking around because we're like, let's go do this walkthrough. And then we hear a bunch of like sounds coming from Mount Prometheus. And we're like, what is that? And then fire starts shooting out. That was neat. Like again, they didn't have to do that, but they did it anyways because why not?
At the base of Mount Prometheus, here's this beautiful castle.
We're in Klugheim.
We are in Klugheim, yeah, basically. Here's the entrance to the walkthrough. It's called Fortress Explorations. You gotta go up the stairs, getting even closer to the volcano than we were before.
I mean, I'm not mad about it.
I wanna like go to the top.
They should have a hiking experience.
Like before park opens?
I really want to go to the center of it, like the Earth.
Oh.
I wonder if we can do that here.
Yeah, we could look into that. Cool.
Somebody say boom.
Did somebody say boom?
So this isn't like an attraction, but also it kind of is. It's akin to like Tom Sawyer Island, where you don't have to like enter a line for anything. You just walk around and see what there is to find. What you got?
Not a clue. But it spins, and it's been keeping me entertained for about 60 seconds.
That's satisfying. Wow. I had no idea this was in here. This is crazy. This is like in the dome of the castle. This is like some epic universe kind of stuff, like very celestial. They have some things about the different planets, like here's Mars, this one's Jupiter, and there's the sun in the center. Oh, no way, they have one of these things. Yeah, oh, these are sick. Yeah, they'll just like, every once in a while knock over one of these pins, eventually hitting them all. Wow, that's really, really cool. This place is amazing. I cannot believe how many rooms are in this castle. Are you kidding me? Holy crap. They have one of these things, I guess. Whoa, it's to make you feel like you're there. Like it looks like you're in the room. That's insane. This place is genuinely massive. I didn't even know that like so many of these pathways existed. Is that a waterfall? What? How long has that been there? This is crazy. This is literally Tom Sawyer Island, but in a castle. Like a full castle. Holy ship.
Holy ship.
This place is crazy, right?
The fact that this is just like in the middle of the park as a walkthrough, like not even like a main attraction here. There's so much to do. We've been doing this for like 20, 30 minutes now, and I still feel like we didn't even see everything.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
incredible.
definitely. Yeah. There's no formal entrance. You just like walk around and just like find stuff. There's so many different like rooms everywhere. That is cool. Yeah, this is on the main deck of the ship. Wow. Yeah, this is so cool. We're on the top deck now. Just able to look out at this massive castle. All these crazy views all around. Now we're on the lowest levels of the ship. Tons of rope. These are the sleeping quarters. Like this feels like an actual ship, not just theming. Like what is this? It's like everything is built around story for you to just like figure out what was going on here. Why is it parked here? Who were the people that were on this ship? What were they doing? What were they eating? The rockwork at the entrance to this cave reminds me of all the rockwork that's in Klugheim. I think it's based off of Giant's Causeway in Ireland, that style. It's really, really cool. We're back at 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and it has one of the shortest waits in the park. 30 minutes. That's really not bad considering the other wait times that we have going on. So let's go for another ride on this extremely unique attraction.
There's something, I think I told you, but like, I had my second one.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
That's such a cool effect. It actually feels like we're underwater. Like the way the music.
What do I do?
What do we do?
Oh, it's the flashlight, I think.
It's a flashlight? Oh.
Okay, that makes sense.
That is amazing. It's so cool. It's all practical effects. Uh-oh. That is so cool. Ooh. That is way cool.
I think this is my sleeper hit of the park. I
Yeah?
think that it's not a fast-moving ride. I mean, of course, outside of Journey to the Center of the Earth, Indiana Jones, all of Fantasy Springs, but this is one of the ones that I was expecting it to be what Magic's used to be and I never got to do, but actually underwater. But the way that they just use all this forced perspective and the way that the animatronics are flowing like they're underwater, it's much more than I expected it to be, and I absolutely love it.
Amazing. Like Dan said, it is definitely a sleeper hit. With the way they do the effect of not actually being underwater, I did not know we were not underwater for the entirety of the first time I rode it until the end when someone said, look closely. And it just did a fantastic job.
So riding it a second time, did that give you more appreciation for it?
Oh yeah, 100%. And even then, the second time, I kept forgetting that we weren't actually underwater. The way the animatronics move, really well done.
That is good Imagineering.
Yes.
I had no idea this ride exists, but it rotates you around, and you're riding in these little sea creatures, and it's adorable. Dan, you also pointed out that this park has a lot of flat rides for a Disney park.
It does. It's kind of giving, I mean, nothing else is giving this, but the amount of flat rides reminds me of DCA, California Adventure.
Yeah.
Because you have 3 inside the Little Mermaid area here. You have this one, you have the Jasmine Flying Carpets, you have the Tinkerbell one over in Fantasy Springs. So compared to like, you know, your average amusement park, not a lot of flats, but for a Disney park, it feels like they have a lot to supplement the e-tickets.
Well, compared to Hollywood Studios, you got one.
You have alien
swirling saucers, exactly.
Yeah, so I really like it.
We were just talking about how this whole park smells like seawater. They picked the perfect theme, calling it DisneySea, because you're right by the water, and it smells like the ocean.
Yeah, that harbor area, like where Tower is, it smells like pure salt water. It's great. It reminds me of home.
Yeah, you could not have picked a better theme for a section of the park that's literally like, you can, from on the pathways, you can see the water. Very creative.
Here's the inside of the Horizon Bay restaurant. This is where we're gonna be eating dinner. So far, so good. Yeah, it's like cafeteria style. Get whatever you want. This is very, very cool. Mrs. Incredible and Edna Mode are here. What the heck? So here's a look at some of the food we got. So I got the seafood set, and it comes with rice, a dessert that's like some mousse. Soup, I haven't tried that yet, but the seafood is pretty good. And then there's this like fun drink. What did you get?
I got, they call it a meat patty, and it's kind of like a meatloaf, and it like melts in your mouth. It's delicious. And came with some veggies, some like potato wedges, which are fine. I got the same soup. It's kind of like a clear soup, like when you go to like hibachi, and it's got some big fat mushrooms in it. I got this sauce to go with the rice, and I tried it, and I was like, heck no, it is so spicy. Negatory, not happening.
And the cake looks pretty good.
And it's like a blueberry crumble pie.
I like that.
Or
and
something.
Dan, you got a steak?
Yeah, I got the special beef steak. It's pretty good. It's got like a tomato kind of sauce on it. It also came with purple mashed potatoes with cheese that I already demolished. I also got some kind of stromboli thing. I was hungry.
We decided we needed a relaxing activity after consuming our body weight in food. So we're in line for Nemo, which I think is like a simulator ride. But when we're waiting in line, I noticed they are playing the soundtrack of Illuminations, which is the old, yeah, I know, whoa.
Reflections of Earth.
Yes, the old show from Epcot. And I'm really glad that that music is being used somewhere, because I think it's one of the best orchestral scores I've ever heard in my life.
Yes.
That's the greatest Disney soundtrack of all time, in my opinion.
Yes. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And I'm glad it has a home somewhere.
So, but it's not at Epcot. What the heck? Oh my god. This is a very, very large simulator. Wow.
Actually gigantic. I'm
Yeah.
very curious what this is gonna do. That's kind of cool. Oh, I think we're the size of a fish now. Oh, and now we're flying. Nice. I think the bird is carrying us.
A couple clips there from Nemo and Friends Sea Rider, a very adorable simulator. No 3D or anything, but the screen quality was really good.
Yeah, and we got sprayed twice. It was really great. I don't think Matt liked it, but I did.
Yeah, it was very refreshing.
All right, besides the part where we almost died, I actually think it was done really well. The little effect in the pre-show I thought was really cute and really cool. And overall, it was good. I will say it was a bit intense, I guess, at some parts. But overall, not bad. I enjoyed it.
I think it's a nice attraction at this park. It's different from everything else here, and it's a heck of a lot better than the Nemo ride at Epcot. Just saying.
Hey, I don't think it's that bad.
I didn't ride it, but you're probably right.
World's worst Omni mover.
World's worst Omni mover, yeah.
I mean, it's not great, but it's a big blue world.
And you know what? That is a big simulator.
Oh, sugar. There was lightning.
Wow, they really go all out with the theming here.
I heard there was something at the center of the earth that we need to see, so we should go.
It is starting to rain, like kind of a lot.
Oh my gosh! Whoa!
We have a time to skip Journey to the Center of the Earth, and there's an outdoor section. Now that like lightning almost freaking struck that thing, I'm mildly worried about this ride being open. That was crazy.
As we're walking towards the mysterious island, all these people here are camped out waiting for the nighttime show, which starts in about 30 to 40 minutes. We actually think we'll be able to see some of it by the time we get off Journey, which will be cool. How does this ride still have this long of a line after it's been open all day? That is just crazy. All right, so they're about to do their nighttime show. It's pouring rain, and we are standing out here getting pelted, absolutely drenched, but we're here to watch the show.
I kid you not, those couple shots that you just saw were all that we got of the show.
Yeah.
They just canceled the whole thing because of weather.
That's crazy. Like, I don't know if it was lightning or something, because it's raining, yeah, but it's not really raining as bad as it could be. But that's
It's a lot though. And like there was some lightning blasts. We didn't catch those on camera, but they started doing some cool stuff with the lights. One character boat came up. I'm guessing it's a safety hazard for the characters on the boat because they're on water. And that lightning was like kind of a lot.
And it could get slippery too, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, the music just cut out, and then the lights on the pathways came up, and they said, "Attention, please."
Yeah.
So, wow.
That is crazy.
Okay, so it's been a bit now, and as you can see, the park is completely cleared out, because after the show, people are just like, nope, we're done. So, and what happened was, after Journey to the Center of the Earth, which was a great ride, we all just got completely separated, and we're like scattered throughout to get different views of the show, and obviously we are now completely drenched. But luckily, when everyone left, that did mean that a few of the queues were particularly short. So we're gonna go check out Aquatopia and probably just make that our last ride of the day. We're already soaked, so why not a water ride? This is currently listed as a 5-minute wait, but as you can see right there, there's like no one lined up for this thing. It's like a continuous loading platform, but on water. This is so weird. I've never seen anything quite like this before. This is such a different change of pace than what we've been dealing with all day. I cannot believe it is this empty. I'm glad we saved this for last then. I think it's gonna be kind of a vibe doing this at night. The three of us just got off Aquatopia.
Sprinklers everywhere, water bombs everywhere. It's what should be on every Rapids ride.
You good, mate?
I would say a good evening, but it is most certainly not one. That was as close to death as I ever wanted to experience.
And after it being, 102 degrees all day, it now feels like a brisk 60 and we're soaking wet.
Yeah, that was an experience. I mean, okay. So
I loved it.
Besides the water
Phenomenal.
aspect, the ride system is really cool. This is like trackless. Like, how is this working? When you're on it, you can see all the different ride paths. But the problem is that you don't know which one your vehicle is going to take because there's like many diverging points. And so you could go to the left, you could go to the right, you could go straight, and then
it'll
it'll
just spin for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it'll stop, then like spin you around, then go backwards. It's like all over the place.
It reminds me a lot of the Luigi's Rollicking Roadsters, I think it's called, at Disney's California Adventure, except with water. I have no clue how it works, but it's so intriguing. It's so interesting.
Definitely glad we did it, but that was the timing, man. The timing.
I don't know about glad, but I will say I do rank water rides on absolutely horrible to the worst experience of my life. And worst experience of my life are good water rides because they actually do a good job of getting you wet. So if you want to get like soaked, do this.
That concludes our second day here at Tokyo DisneySea, concluding our time at the Tokyo Disney Resort. And I feel like there's not a whole lot left that I can say that hasn't already been said because like this place is just so overwhelmingly incredible. And just leaving here, I'm like, in my feels, I'm sad that we're leaving, but also I'm so thrilled that we had 2 days. Like, what a successful 2 days.
Yeah, sometimes when you are looking forward to something for so long, you can kind of let yourself down because you build it up too much in your head. And this was a park that, as a lifelong Disney fan, was top of the list to get to. And I'm very grateful that that was not the case here. There was nothing that let me down. If anything, expectations were like exceeded, which is very rare when you build something up in your mind for literally your entire life. Well, not entire life, but a lot of it. So I'm very happy with how things went. I love this park so much, and quite frankly, like ever since I moved to Orlando, I haven't had that I'm so sad to leave Disney feeling that if you're a Disney person, like you know what I'm talking about, like when the trip is over and you just feel this sinking feeling. And I have that leaving here. Like I didn't know that I'd ever feel that again because I live by Disney World, but I'm like, oh no, like I feel that leaving this resort because I think Tokyo Disneyland is one of the most fantastic castle parks I've ever been to, if not the best, because it's literally like a time capsule of like the golden days of Disney of my life. And this is just unbelievable. Like, it doesn't even feel like a Disney park. It's just so different, and I love that. I love the range of what Disney does, from parks like Magic Kingdom, Disneyland Paris, to Epcot, to a place like this. Like, I love it, and I just feel very happy and at peace that things went as well as they did.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that feeling that you're talking about, I remember having when I came here. You know, people use the phrase Disney magic a lot when they toss around their theme park experience. And I feel like no other theme park in the world really best represents that phrase more than DisneySea. Because every inch has been so impeccably well thought out and designed. You step foot into one area and you're like, wow. And you take your photos, you enjoy the view, you walk 20 feet to the left, and then you're like, wow, wait, now, and then you have to do it all over again. Like, you could 100% just enjoy your day at the park without riding anything. And then you throw in the amazing rides, and it's just like, it makes it even better. The only thing they're missing is like a big high throw roller coaster, but they make up for it in their incredible dark rides and just the best theming you've ever seen.
Yeah, if you are coming here though, I do recommend doing your research because, you know, Taylor told us that, like, oh, when we get here, it's just paper fast pass, go to the, you know, kiosk for each ride, and lo and behold, we got here, and that's not the case.
2019, yeah, post-COVID is a little different. You spend a lot of time on the app doing like skip the lines. Okay, we can get a free one for this ride. Okay, these are upcharge attractions if you want to skip the line because they're like more high-profile rides. And like this park gets so busy that, especially if you only have one day, like you really need to do stuff like that. And also take advantage of the single rider lines on Raging Spirits and Indiana Jones. Like, there's so many different things you have to keep in mind when you come to DisneySea. So anyways, we have one more park that we are visiting in the Tokyo area, and that will be tomorrow at Tobu Zoo.
From your favorite to your least favorite.
Yeah, a little bit of a downgrade, but they still have two good roller coasters. You know what? I'm going in open-minded. I am willing to accept that things could be different and possibly improved, and maybe it'll be a redemption visit. We'll see. But yeah, stay tuned for that, and go check out our Fantasy Springs video we already posted, our Tokyo DisneySea Day 1 video that we posted, as well as our Tokyo Disneyland vlog, and we'll have a bunch more coming from coasting through Asia. So, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
On the next episode of Coasting Through Asia, we're visiting Taylor's least favorite theme park in the entire country.
I'm going in with an open mind.
This place looks like we're walking around an abandoned theme park. There's nobody here except us. On the bright side, we get the park all to ourselves.
One of 3 wind roller coasters in the country.
If you're scared to ride El Toro, come all the way to Japan, ride this, then head back to the States, ride El Toro, car 6, middle row, left side, and tell me what you think.
And it's all coming up next.